Hi. Hi, everyone. My name is Brittany Renner, and welcome to episode 1 of my podcast.
Oh man, not again. As the great philosopher Jersey Drake Rogers would say, every once in a while, an internet figure would not just try to rebrand. They would try to rewrite who they've been. And that's exactly what people are reacting to right now when it comes to Brittany Renner's new podcast. Now listen, most people believe in growth, changing, maturing, but when the story keeps changing depending on the audience, people are going to start calling a spade a spade. At face value, this looks like a reset. New podcast, new tone, positioning herself as reflective, misunderstood. And the problem isn't the attempt, even though the attempt is pretty bad. It's the pattern. And human beings are very keen to pattern recognition. And if you fool me once, I can't be fooled again.
I'm more than my body. I'm more than the sexy. I'm tired of feeling like a f***ing circus animal.
Because everything is looking very real. She's trying to say that she's changed. She's reflecting. She's a new her, a better her. She just got into a new relationship. It looks happy. It looks like she's happy. It looks like he's happy. These are usually good signs to say that someone has changed or someone is changing or someone's seeing new things about themselves. But it makes skeptics think that she is again just adopting traits from her new man. And it even shows all over her comments on her Instagram. There's a sucker born every minute. Enjoy your term. I wonder what personality she'll morph into now. Aw, this feels healthy. Okay. Little bit of love. Next one is, it's always going to be one. Good luck, my guy. Another one. At this point, the public is seeing they don't know what authentic is when it comes to Brittany Renner. For example, Brittany Renner switches over to Islam. Okay, you have to respect it. You can't just fake a religion, right? Right?
And Islam provided that protection I needed while I was rebuilding myself. I felt like a hermit crab without its shell. Quite literally cloaked myself with my clothing, with my hijab. And even though, yes, I'm a spiritual person and these things that I'm even learning about Islam, just religion, feel a little counter.
I live in Houston, and this reminds me of one of my neighborhood crackheads. Now, hear me out. I'm not calling her a crackhead. Listen. My neighborhood crackhead, I've been seeing him since I lived here. I rarely give crackheads money. I would give money to a homeless person, but a crackhead, I just assume that you're going to buy crack. One day, I see him and he asked me for some bread, and I look him in his face and he looked like normal. I'm like, I don't got no cash on me. And I go upstairs and I thought about him. I was like, let me get this man some money. So I grab all the extra cash that I have in my apartment and I put it in a little baggie and I give it to him. He was thankful. I was like, no, for sure. And I went upstairs thinking to myself, I did a good deed today. The next day I walk outside. This nigga tweaking. I'm walking past him. He looks me in my face and I thought he recognized me from giving him cash just yesterday. This nigga says, enjoy your movie. So as I'm walking by him, he says, shut the fuck up, bitch. I turn back and look at this nigga like, what the fuck going on? And he just starts swinging. Swinging at the air, swinging at nothing. You gotta look at motherfucker tweaking, turn your head and ignore that shit. Because if he look at me, he perceives me as whatever he perceives in his head.
Looking at me?
This nigga will be chasing me down the street.
Oh shit, what is that? Who you fighting?
I was like, oh shit, let me get the fuck out of here. So I say all that to say that was the last time I gave that motherfucker money. To this day, he still walks up to me. I don't even think he recognizes me. But I will never give him money again. And that's how I feel about Brittany Renner. You fooled me with the hijab. You fooled me with Islam. But now it would be just too difficult for me to believe you. Now, this is where things start to get complicated for Brittany Renner. She frames Islam as not a faith that she fully embraced, but a tool, something that gave her structure, discipline, and a pause button on her lifestyle. And maybe for some people that might be relatable, but for others, it raises some questions. If you needed structure, why did that come from a belief system you had no plan on staying in?
People question how I got to Islam. This was nothing that happened overnight. I felt like I was at my wit's end. I also was very bored with social media because I felt like I mastered it. I mastered the trolling. I mastered the sexy. I sneeze and I'm on the shade rooms. Where is the challenge?
This is a recurring theme across the podcast. Social media isn't something that happened to her. It's not even her real life. It's not even her real self, according to her. It's something she learned how to work. She mastered outrage. She mastered controversy. She mastered attention. Now she's trying to convince people that she outgrown it while launching a platform that still relies on attention. She's trying to make it seem that everything bad that she's done it on purpose for some type of social media plot, but it seems like it's still dodging accountability. She's trying to say, I did this on purpose, so this isn't the real actual me. I'm showing you the real actual me now. If you ask me, she was always being herself. Just say you was a bad person.
Same with just going to Barnes & Noble. I like the cover. It seems like a good idea, but I'm not even going to crack it open. It's, I don't know, maybe just for the plot and for my character being dramatic. And I'm so different. I'm in Barnes & Noble buying books.
Now, this moment is kind of random, but it's more important than people realize. Not because she don't even read no books, because it confirmed what critics have been saying for years. The image always came first. Not reading books is not the issue. It's pretending to be someone else just for optics.
I feel free. Like, I do not belong to this world. This world did not give me my joy, and it can't take it either.
And once people start to see the pattern, it becomes hard to believe that the next reinvention is somehow different.
Social media and the scrutiny that I was receiving on a daily basis made me feel like a Black widow. So I'm like, you know what? If that's what you guys think I am, then that's what I am. And I'm actually going to brand it on myself. That how a woman should be, how a woman should act, like you can only get this if you act like that. I just have never subscribed to that. You know what? I'm gonna sit on this couch with Shannon Sharp, talk about my body count freely. It doesn't matter if it was 35 or 3,500, because at the end of the day, I have to answer to the things that I do. Share candidly in my car, post what I feel like, and I am going to get everything I want. And you guys are going to watch me do it.
One of the biggest contradictions in this podcast is how responsibility is framed. On one hand, she says, I chose this. I lived my truth. On the other hand, I became this way because of how people saw me. Now, a lot of times in life, two things can be true, but both of these can't be fully true at the same time. You can acknowledge pressure without erasing your agency. That's where a lot of people feel like the accountability has stopped short. And somehow this is different. Religion, marriage, modesty, then reversal. This isn't a transformation. It's just convenience. It's not growth. It's just you repositioning yourself. This is the most honest part of the podcast, whether she meant it or not.
Feeling the need to perform. For several years, I created my own pretty prison.
She admits that the performance trapped her, but the same performance that boxed her in also paid the bills, built the platform, and created the fame. You don't get the reward without the reputation. But people aren't rejecting the situation because they hate Brittany Renner or they don't believe in growth. They're rejecting the idea that you can perform identities, borrow belief systems, exaggerate personas, and then ask the audience to forget everything overnight. The internet doesn't work that way. And if there's anything to learn from this situation, it's just always be yourself. Unapologetically, because pretending to be someone or something you're not will only get you so far. And also, if you are being yourself and then later you realize you didn't like yourself or other people don't like you, don't pretend like it was never the real you. Just be a better you and move on. But anyway, I'm curious what you guys think. Is this genuine reflection or just another pivot? And if you made it this far, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell. And if nobody told you today, I love you.